I'd like to call the July 17th, 2023 Common Council meeting to order. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Councilwoman West.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would also like to note that Deputy Clerk Treasurer Ashley Knoll is in place this evening, and would you like to have any public comment?
No, sir.
All right. Roll call, Clerk Treasurer, Deputy Clerk Treasurer Knoll.
Councilman Frankie.
Present.
Councilwoman Ficus.
Present.
Councilman Vincent.
Here.
Councilman Galloway.
Here.
Councilwoman Cutler.
Present.
Councilwoman West.
Here.
And Councilwoman Konechny.
Present.
All present.
Approval of minutes. Do I have a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Petitions and comments of the citizens. I do not have any public comments.
Nothing from social media.
Nothing on social media. We will now move. Heather Stevens, LaPorte County Circuit Court Clerk. Vote Center information. It's great to have you. Welcome to the beautiful City Hall of LaPorte.
Hello. So I don't know if you guys have.
And please
I've been-
state your name and address for the
Heather Stevens,
record.
LaPorte County Clerk. I don't know if you guys, I've been on every radio station, and those that I haven't been on, I will be this week. It's been nuts. But we are actually looking to move LaPorte County from a precinct-based voting county to a vote center county. So that'll just mean that we're going to open it up. Every ballot will be on every machine. Any registered voter can vote at any location in the county. We will have no fewer than 38 polling locations countywide. We're required to have 8. So we thought we'd go far above that. But I'm here to see if you have any questions, concerns, comments, anything.
Heather,
So-
I got a question. So then,
Councilman Galloway.
so like if I go, say Kingsford Heights and vote, they hit it, so it automatic, my name automatically then goes off the books, so I can't go in somewhere else and vote.
Correct. Yes, because of the electronic poll books that we got last year, now we have the capabilities to become a vote center county. And that's exactly what that means. When you check in at one location, you cannot check in at another.
Okay.
And what about timeline? Are you looking for this November for that to go in effect?
Yes, this November.
And what is the opposition people will give you of why they don't want to go to this?
We really haven't seen much opposition. In fact, we went to the county election board was unanimous. I have the support of both party chairs, which if you can get the two parties to agree on something, that's something to be said.
Good.
And we had a unanimous vote by the county council. We go to the commissioners next. The only real opposition that I've really seen is people think that it's going to make voting more challenging for some, and I strongly disagree with that. So,
So will you, on election day, will they be back to normal polling locations, or will they stay vote center?
it'll stay vote centers. It'll, again, anywhere in the county. Now, that's not going to be the case for early voting. Early voting will be our traditional 2 locations for a municipal election. So this is election day, anywhere in the county.
Would this also apply to mobile voting with the
Yes.
mobile unit?
Yeah, the mobile unit, those machines have every ballot on them as it is, so it won't change anything with that.
Where will the early voting be with the county complex issues? Where it's moved a couple times, I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, we had to move it in the spring because of the flood, and Nate Laux was gracious enough to offer up the State Street Church. I'm hoping that offer's going to stand again, but I've got to make a phone call to Nate before I say it for certain.
There's so many different options to vote. I mean, in our county, it's very, very nice.
Yes.
Are there any questions from the public while we have Ms. Stevens here regarding voting?
Hopefully this will get more than 10% turnout or whatever it was.
That's my
during May.
plan.
Thank you, Heather.
You're welcome, thank you.
Well, we talk consistently about how LaPorte is a special place, future leaders, and if you happen to see the parade this July 4th and the city float and the nice piece of decorative wear that was on our float, I'd like to have the opportunity to bring up Jamie Vincent and Danielle Eigenman, that tag team with their students to bring us. Mr. Cook's going to eventually bring that piece of fine art coming up this way. So, Bert, if you want to go out first to pull that up. And I'd like for Miss Eigenman to come forward, Miss Vincent to come forward. It's that. No, it's simple. It's not that heavy. Yeah, we're going to bring it up front so the public can see.
I know.
Ladies, would you like to come forward and explain how this happened, how it started, and let the public see how it finished?
Well, that sounds heavier than that.
Right there, state your name for the record.
Easy
And
peasy, Bert.
And congratulations on the newborn as well.
Thanks. Yeah. She's doing great.
I'm Danielle Eigenman.
I'm Jamie Vincent. I work at LaPorte High School, and I'm the Interact Club faculty sponsor for the Rotary. And these were some of our officers this year who, these three, as well as two others who could not be with us today, are the main reason this got done. It is so much more work than it looks. But do you guys want to explain a little bit about some of the work?
How did you get started, and why did you come up with caps out of all things?
Well, we actually came up with the idea about 2 years ago, and we wanted to come up with a recycling idea for our county and just promote recycling. And we were originally investing our caps into a bench that they make down in Evansville, Indiana. They have like a plant that they would recycle them, turn them into a plastic bench for a local park that we would donate to. But the plant closed down as we were collecting these caps, and as they were coming in, we just didn't know what to do with them after that. So we turned them into murals. We have made one already for the library, and it says read on it. And then this is our second one that we made to give to the city. So.
Awesome.
And would you like to introduce, or would you two like a turn to speak, please? Because we're very thankful.
I'm Kaya Cooper, and I was the president of Interact Club. And how we got this started, because I know that was another question, was we wanted to like help the community, like see how we can like promote our like motto. And so we decided to make the emblem instead, since it was easier, and that way we didn't have to like mess up any trademarks or anything. And so we just, Miss Vincent got all the wood, and we started like gluing down the bottle caps and spray painting, and we just kind of put it all together.
Last but not least.
I'm Mackenzie Mullins. I am the Key Club president, or was the Key Club president, and so Miss Vincent runs both clubs. And I was in her SRT, so I kind of combined with them a lot. But I was just going to talk about the way that we started this and how we do it. So we started with a plank of wood that we primed and painted, made sure that it was all the colors. Every individual color is painted, so there's a white, a blue, and a orange, so that then you don't see behind it. And then we had to hot glue every single one of the bottle caps on there. And then we had to screw every one of the bottle caps in there so it didn't come off. And then go back through and spray paint each one of the screws so then you couldn't see it. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Lots of work.
Questions from the council?
Well, it's pretty awesome. How long did it take from start to finish? Dare I ask? Is that 2 years?
We thought it would be a month tops, and it took 3. They only get the time that we have in what we call SRT, which is homeroom. So that's, what is it, 30 minutes, twice a week. They sometimes came in before or after school, but this was done in 20 or 30-minute sessions when they had time. And these amazing kids are in, I'm not exaggerating, what, 6 or 7 different clubs or in sports between the two? So they really took a lot of time to do this. And I was very pregnant for most of the project, so we moved me around the spray paint. They had to do all that themselves. But I'm very proud of them. It's really cool.
Awesome.
Other questions? Ms. Cutler's quite the artiste herself, so I imagine
Well, I saw
you-
the one at the library recently, and I thought, oh, that was great. Yeah, it's really wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us, we really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Well, we'd like for you to come forward, take a photo with us. If you don't, Mr. Cook, if you could bring that this way. Ladies, if you guys will come forward, and gents from the council. You too, you're in charge. And if you don't mind, ladies, we'll let you hold it.
We got a couple guys that can get up.
Yeah, very nice.
Don't worry.
Oh, she's right there in the pink. She's only 13. Right back here. Don't age me that fast.
Nice work, though. It really is awesome.
Usually I can stand right here,
No,
but
that's what I was
that's,
thinking too. It's like, oh, you gotta
How's it feel, Nick? Huh?
yeah.
Everybody welcome forward. We give a round of applause.
Don't get a splinter, Bert. Yeah, I bet it
Please be
is.
careful.
I thought you just said, have Bert go get that.
And the good news is, ladies, don't feel obligated to stay for the rest of the meeting unless you'd like to. Those- Standing committee reports, President Frankie.
The Sustainability Committee meets next Monday, the 24th, here in council chambers, 4 PM. And Redevelopment Commission meets on Wednesday, the 26th, 5:15 PM in council chambers as well. That's all I have.
Councilwoman Ficus.
Park Board will be meeting this Wednesday, 4 PM at the Park Office, and then Traffic Commission will be meeting Tuesday, August 1st, 5 PM at the Police Station, and that's all I have.
Councilman Vincent.
Nothing to add this evening.
Councilman Galloway.
Okay, we have a LaPorte Police Detective got named Officer of the Year. And I'll read this, it's not real long. LaPorte City Police Detective Jared Schaefer was named Law Officer of the Year by the Indiana American Legion. Each year, the American Legion presents an award for the Officer of the Year in each of 11 districts in Indiana. Detective Schaefer was selected as Officer of the Year in 3rd District, which includes LaPorte, Marshall, Porter, and St. Joe counties. And that's basically, there's not a whole lot more, but I'll leave it, anybody wants to read it. I've got another one. Detective Ashley Adams got a commendation for, well, it's like 2 or 3 pages. I'll just read a little of it. We want to get out of here, I know, so.
I'm sure she'd like to hear it, though.
Yes,
Yes.
there she is. Yeah.
So,
Okay. She has a therapy dog. She takes out, and she has outreach programs. The dog's name is Raven. She handles the department's social media. She's evidence collection tech. She's trained interviewer, and I got down many more because there's a whole bunch written on here, so anybody can read it, okay?
Well, and thank you, Ashley, for all your work. But I tell you what, Raven has been the best social media dog to, just people love the police department because of Raven as well. So thank you for all your work.
And real life socially as well. I've seen Raven all over, and people love her. Well done.
Councilwoman Cutler.
The Business Improvement District Board will be holding a long-term planning committee workshop in council chambers on Tuesday, July 18th at 4 PM. That's tomorrow.
Councilwoman West.
Nothing to report tonight?
Councilwoman Konechny.
The HPC will meet tomorrow, July 18th at 5:30 here in council chambers, and the Airport Authority will meet next on August 9th at 5:15 at the airport.
Councilwoman Konechny, second and final reading.
Your Honor, I'd like to introduce an ordinance read by title only for the second time.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Councilwoman Konechny.
An ordinance of the Common Council of the City of LaPorte, Indiana, appropriating the proceeds of bonds of the City of LaPorte Redevelopment Authority, including investment earnings thereon and related matters.
Discussion?
Motion to approve?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Anything you'd like to add? No. This is pretty standard procedure that goes throughout the year. Further comment? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Councilwoman Ficus.
Your Honor, I move to read an ordinance for the second time by title only.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. If we want to first begin just repeating what from last meeting, where this is going or proposed to go.
This is going to be an intersection of C Street and 8th Street. Do you want me to go into a little bit more detail? Or do
Sure.
you want me to go ahead and read this first?
No, go ahead.
Just, we did have one person questioning the placement of the stop sign, so we did take it back to Traffic Commission. We discussed it again. Dave Heinold, the Assistant City Planner, he's doing a slicer pathway, so there's going to be we've already, like, I think in May, the May 3rd meeting, we passed some changes that are going to be on 8th Street. And so this stop sign, the council or the commission did decide that this is the best placement for this stop sign. We're going to have the slicer pathway. We have Kiwanis Park there, or, the football field there, the high school's there. With this pathway, there's going to be a lot of pedestrian traffic, a lot of foot traffic, bike traffic. So we stand by the decision that we would like the stop sign placed there.
And this is the intersection, kind of the northeast section of Kiwanis Field and the bus barn, correct?
Exactly.
Yep. There's no stop signs currently for
Several blocks.
correct, and that's on C Street.
C Street
correct?
and
Yep.
8th, yes.
And I want to thank Councilwoman Konechny for bringing other issues from C Street together. We addressed Friday. And what I can tell you in the city of LaPorte, if you don't remember on day one, we're not going to tolerate potential drug activity. We're going to have people follow the rules, keep their property clean, and it will be adjusted. We do have a couple of individuals from that neighborhood with approval, if they'd like to come forward and state their name and discuss this or hear from their perspective. And we do appreciate your care and involvement in this stop sign.
Hi, my name is Cindy Weiner. I'm at 616 C Street. And what we have been seeing.
If you could both state your name for
Oh,
them.
I'm sorry, Millie.
Hi, I'm Millie Daniel. I'm at 610 C Street.
So what we've noticed over the last year and a half is the speeders coming down C Street. And I'm at the corner of 7th and C. So we have the bus depot there with the drivers that bring their kids to work. Those kids are running around. We have a lot of kids in our area. We have autistic children behind us. We were thinking we need a stop sign at 7th because the speeding there is ridiculous. I've called the police many times. They can't do anything unless they catch them. So, I mean, we've just been fighting this uphill battle to have a stop sign there. So not maybe in addition to, but something to break that traffic. The stop sign before us would be 2nd or 4th Street. So there's not one, so they can fly right down C Street. And that has become a big issue.
Further comments or questions?
My question is you've approved one on 8th Street, which is fine. I get it for the pathway. I've lived here on C Street for almost 30 years. And my children had the Dodge cars. Now I have 7 grandchildren. I do. And I worry because I've taught them look both ways. Even if they darted out, some of the cars, I'm not kidding you, are 50 miles plus an hour because they go from the last stop sign, which is 4th Street, they fly down our street. So stopping them at 7th or 8th isn't going to do any good because they're still coming down these 3 or 4 blocks. We have cross stop blocks. We don't have stop signs. We don't have them lengthwise. If there's a way you can revisit this and maybe add another stop sign, I think that would save children. I'm just worried. I have a little, almost 2-year-old, and we're teaching him, but a couple times he's darted. We're there, but I'm just like, what if the car was doing 40 or 50? And they do, and I have seen it. My one daughter, when she was little, almost got hit. I had to run out there and stop. And it's just been an ongoing problem. So I agree with down there by the slicer path, I'm all slicers, you know, and that. But is there a way you can revisit it and maybe add another stop sign to slow it down in between 4th and 8th? We really need one.
Would you be able to attend the next traffic commission meeting?
When is
If
it?
it's August 1st, it's a Tuesday at the police station at 5 PM. If not, I'll bring up your concerns, but that way you can speak to the rest of the members on the,
I'm sorry, at the police station?
yeah, it's at the
On
police
first,
station
okay.
on August 1st,
Yeah.
which is a Tuesday at 5 o'clock.
Yes,
Okay.
we'll be
And
there.
we can bring it up and we can absolutely discuss that.
All right.
We will be there.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Councilwoman Ficus, the title, please.
An ordinance establishing a stop sign on C Street at its intersection with 8th Street.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion and a second. You've heard from the public. Any comments from the council? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Before we adjourn, I think some of you, when you passed or in the process of passing the fire truck and the financing for the fire truck, and then at the latest 39 North,
That says a lot right there about his ringer.
so I think you heard that the city had to finance a fire truck by an alternative route because we are so highly in debt. I just want to remind the public that the obligation debt that the city has is nothing new. It's been inherited, and the only approval has been by this board to actually lower the interest rate and save taxpayers $250,000 over the life of the bond by doing it this way. And I would be shocked that their attorney would want to put the fire truck on the backs of all property homeowners. I was just shocked when I heard that. So we have not raised any debt as a part of the general obligation debt. We inherited $3.6 million of debt, and the only thing you've approved is to lower the interest rate and save taxpayers money. And if there are questions, I invite the public to come ask the questions. We can walk through our entire debt. And when you look at user fees and you see the sewer work that's being done, the water work, and you look at our monthly rates, I brought the sheet with me if anybody'd like to see. Right now, our rates for 2024 are below the state average already. And Gary, Valparaiso, Warsaw, Fort Wayne, Maryville, Mishawaka are all much higher. And I can go through Goshen, South Bend, and that's based on our 2024 rates. So I think you've been responsible, but I also think we can't continue to ignore a $100 million problem of infrastructure that's 100 years old. So that's something we've said since day one, but we're actually available to the public to answer any questions publicly. Come to the meetings, ask the questions. I'd love to answer them.
Did you mention what our bond rating is?
Yes, and so S&P, we're an A-plus bond rating, comparable to the rest of communities our size. And again, that's not only this council, but previous councils throughout the years that have been very conservative in the work that they've done and should be commended for that. So,
And I think you mentioned that it's the second highest rating you can have with S&P, correct? And there's only 2 or 3 communities in the state that have.
A++.
And it's like Noblesville and Carmel. I mean, it's the kind of the high-end communities, correct?
Absolutely, and that's why I can't imagine anybody would want to put the fire truck on the backs of property owners. That was shocking, but we'll continue to move forward there. So, any questions, comments? Do I have a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.
Is it okay?
Have a great evening, everybody.